What's up, guys? It's Mike Frank with Berkshire Hathaway, Frank Oliver and Company, coming to you again from our awesome front conference room. Beautiful, beautiful view that we have here today. The weather is turning, and I'm so excited. So excited to be bringing a little bit more natural coming to our world while they're renovating the backspace. Can't wait to get back there again because very cramped. But all the same, I want to bring you guys lots of good information. And one of the things we were talking about today is our little baby pets, right? So pet proofing your home. And of course, in case you guys didn't get pets, we just dropped off some baby little peep eggs at your house over the past week. So very excited for the holidays. Obviously, happy Pesach. Happy Easter for those of you that are on both ends of the spectrum, and very excited to be bringing a great spring market to you all, right? So, pet proofing your home. There's a lot of things that people don't think about when they get a pet, especially certain people that might be getting something out of a toy variety. Teeny tiny little baby pets, right? So you want to keep in mind that pets are kind of like kids, and you want to baby proof your home. So baby-proof your kitchen, baby-proof your bathroom, your bedroom spaces. Make sure you're taking care of these pets. I mean, they're basically like little children, not only for the first 2 years while they're toddlers, but for their whole entire lives. They don't know what they don't know, and so we kind of have to protect them. The first thing that you're going to obviously do is make sure you keep your kitchen cabinets locked. What you don't want is you don't want little Fido or little baby kitten scooting his way into the underside of the refrigerator or the underside of the sink, getting into all of your cleaning and your supplies under the sink, because obviously, as we know, the Tide Pods are hazardous and we don't want people to eat them. So latching your cabinet shut. And one of the cooler latches, if you guys don't know, they're magnetized, so you don't have to have that visual ugliness on your cabinets. You could get a little magnetic latch. It looks like a little refrigerator magnet, and you just slide it right over the latch and it unlocks the cabinet, right? And then it can relock the cabinet so you don't have to look like you live in a home with a toddler for the entire 12 or 15 years of your pet's adult life. You want your chemicals to be safe. You want your chemicals to be secure. And what you don't want is you don't want them to get spilled and knocked over and mess up the underside of your cabinet either, right? You want to make sure that all of your spaces are clean and secure, right? So if there's a little tiny little gap under the side of your cabinet that maybe, let's just say, a rodent has found its way in or out of, you want to seal that and protect your cat from going in or out. Right? You want to also keep your foods fresh and out of reach. You don't want things rotting on the underside of your refrigerator because you were just too lazy to go under there and get it. Pull the refrigerator out, clean it, get your foods cleaned so that you don't have anything that's attracting your animals to be crawling around and pushing things under the refrigerator or under the dishwasher as they're trying to look for a toy or an adventure. You want to keep lids to trash cans and toilets and other things locked and closed shut so that your animals don't get into them. There's nothing worse than coming home to a bunch of trash all strewn about your living room because you didn't lock the cabinet that has your trash can and the dog has sequentially pulled every single thing out of the trash can. And one thing I've never understood is why they don't just eat the one thing they pull out. No, they have to go back for more and pull out more and pull out more and pull out more and make just a mess of everything. So when we're getting into the living room area that we're cleaning up now that the dog has made a mess of it, we want to make sure that we doggy proof our living rooms. And some people like to have their pets on the couch and other people like to have their pets on the floor. I'm a floor kind of pet person, but you want to make sure that the floor is a safe place for them, especially for those of you that let the dog on the couch. I've seen dogs get their paws stuck in the couch and then they can hurt themselves. Right? It sounds really sick and ridiculous to say that, but a dog jumping up onto a couch or jumping off of a couch can quickly tear something and obviously do damage to themselves, not only to the furniture. And we want to make sure that we protect them. Something else is I'm looking at the camera here. There's a cord that's coming out of the camera that looks real fun and attractive, especially for my cat. At younger age, she would chew and gnaw on cords. Not only is that dangerous for the cord, but obviously electricity plus kitty cat teeth is not a great thing to mix. So you want to get things that are braided or covered. They make strings and coatings that you can put on all of your cords so that they're safe in the event that the animals do decide to gnaw on them. But you want to make sure that those things are tight and kept behind the cabinets that they're living in, or if they're up on the wall, that they're far enough out of the way that the doggy or the kitty can't get to them, right? Your decorations, your knickknacks, all of your wall sconces, anything that's within reach, you want to make sure it's protected. If it needs to be glued down, then glue it down. What you don't want is you don't want a cat to knock something off the shelf, the dog to come wandering over, get glass in its paw, and then have a problem. Obviously, these are little things that we don't think about that we should think about, because pet proofing your home is basically like taking care of little teeny tiny babies, right? You also have vents all throughout your house that are places that animals can push things into, and animals can cause problems not only to their paws and to themselves, but also to the system. If there's something that goes down into there, whether it's a piece of food or a vegetable or something that can get down into your vent, and then it's going to create a problem for the actual ventilation system. We want to make sure that we keep the spaces clean and clear. You don't want your vents to be covered with laundry. You don't want your vents to be covered with dog hair. You don't want your vents to be covered with anything that's going to create a place for the animal to just camp. Although it's nice and warm, you need to keep those spaces clean and clear so that your HVAC unit can function. You want to keep your wires and everything away from those areas as well. And as your dog is trouncing through your house, they may be pulling things on top of your ventilation and on top of your electrical outlets and out of your electrical outlets. And you want to just make sure that you protect yourselves. Speaking of protecting yourselves, you want to protect your animal, right? And so a lot of people think of a fence as a way to protect their animal and keep their animal in the yard, but it's also a way to keep other critters out. So if you have a 95-pound chocolate lab, you probably don't worry yourself about a teeny tiny little hole in the fence because the dog's not getting out through it. But I would worry what's coming and going. Is there a fox that's coming into the yard? Is there a squirrel that's using that as an access point? Or is there another rodent, let's just say a skunk or a raccoon, that's using that as an access point to get in and out of the yard? And not only is that a problem for your yard, but it also can be a problem for your dog or your animal. As they see it as a toy, it can actually quickly become wildlife. They don't think of it that way, and a fence can really be a quick way to protect your pet and your investment. On top of that, as we're thinking about outdoor spaces, something that comes to mind is always making sure that your doors and your windows are sealed well. Especially if you have an animal that lives at home that's not crated, you don't want a window that could be pushed up or a window that could fall on an animal as they're playing. If you let your cat sit in the windowsill, you don't want your window to be something that could potentially fall and slam shut. So your windows actually functionality, you want to make sure that they're safe and secure for your pets in that process as well. You don't want to find a position that an automatic shut door on a garage, something that's spring hinged, is going to shut on the pet as you guys are walking through the door. You want to make sure that you provide the pet a safe place to egress in and out of the house. Whether it's a doggy door or an automatic like a chicken coop might have, you want to make sure that you have a safe way for the dog to come in and out of the house, or the cat, depending on what you guys do with your cats. We want to make sure that we use our home to protect ourselves as well as our pets. So many of us don't have children, and this is our child. You want to start to baby-proof and child-proof your house, creating an opportunity for you to have a safe place where you can love where you live. Obviously, that means a lot to us. We hope it means a lot to you, and we're going to be bringing you a lot more content as we look forward to this beautiful weather that we have over the next couple of months. Look forward to talking to you guys next week. If you need anything, DM me, PM me, subscribe below if you haven't already, and we'll talk to you real soon. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for weekly content. Also, check out our social media pages. The links are in the description below. See you next week.